Hey guys, today I'm going to do very simple, what I consider simple. It literally takes me like 10 minutes to do. It's so easy. First off, I'm going to start with a primer. This is Tarte Clean Slate Flawless 12-Hour Brightening Primer. It's just a little sample size. I got this for Christmas last year, I think it was. So I was just trying to use it up.
Almost 3 weeks since I did a video, but I was sick. I had a really bad sinus infection on top of an ear infection. Then the whole house was sick, so it's just been crazy. We've all been sick.
And like the weather, I'm in Florida. I'm in Jacksonville actually, and the weather has been so weird. Like everybody's sick. Like one day it's like 80, like low 70s, no, high 70s, low 80s, and then the next day it's like 50 degrees. And I know some of you guys are probably saying 50 degrees, that's not cold. It is when you're in the South. I mean, my friend in Georgia, they just had a little bit of snow. I mean, it wasn't enough to say so, but they just had a little bit of snow. So, yeah, we've all been, like, crazy sick. And it's, whatever it is, it's going around, that's for sure. The CoverGirl Outlast Stay Fabulous 3-in-1. I'm in the shade 855 Soft Honey. Matte all day long. I have, like, really oily skin. Like, if I don't blot throughout the day, by the end of the day I look like a grease pit. It's bad. But with this foundation I find that it gives you more of a after a couple of hours, like I would say like at least 5 hours, instead of getting like extremely oily, you'll get like almost like a satin type look, if that makes sense. So you're still pretty matte, but it just has a nice, it actually has a nice like glow to it. It's weird. But I've been loving this foundation. I didn't do a favorites video, only because I really haven't been wearing makeup. Like I did on Thanksgiving, and I did film a video on it, not like a tutorial, but like just saying like Happy Thanksgiving and whatnot. But I was still sick when I recorded it, so I was all nasally. It was not pretty. So I decided not to put it up. If you guys want though, I can do a tutorial on the makeup I had on. It's actually really simple. So I'm just blending that all over with my beauty blender. And drag it down and just put it in, making sure I have an even coverage all over. And then I go in with either a buffing brush like this or a stippling brush and just kind of really buff it in. Because even though it looks like I put a lot on, when you buff it out, it really goes into the skin. I'm sorry if the lighting is kind of like orange or yellow. Still working on that. For some reason, like, I cannot find white light. Okay, now to highlight, I'm going to use the Milani HD Advanced Concealer. And this is in the color 1. This is supposed to be like the YSL one, but I've never used the YSL one, so I don't know. Okay, now I'm going to set it, and to set it, I'm going to use Airspun Loose Base Powder. Just looks like this. You can get it at Walmart. I really like this powder. I used this powder when I worked in a salon. I believe there's 3 shades. This one I have is translucent, extra coverage. And it does kind of have like, I guess a perfumey kind of smell, but I don't mind it. It's not like overly perfuming. So now I'm just gonna blend off or sweep off anything extra. What I did first is I bounced it all over my face. This is Samantha Chapman's Real Techniques. This is a pointed foundation brush. I like this for underneath the eyes. So I just take a little bit of that powder. For my eyes, I'm using Maybelline Color Tattoo. This is the metal one, and it's 70 Barely Break. It's a nice, like, champagne color. This is so simple to do. I'm just gonna put a little bit on here, and I'm not putting on a primer because once these dry, they literally don't move. I don't know if these are waterproof or not. I haven't tried it, but I know that once they dry, they don't move. So that's that. Now you can set it with a powder. And I think that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to take my new Comfort Zone palette. I know this is old. Everybody talks about it. I know, but I just found it. Now I'm going to take the lighter shade right here. So this is just so it's extra sparkly. So that's that. And now for the crease, you don't make Max Factor in the States anymore. But this one a friend gave me because she had like multiples of them. It's a 175 Bond. It's kind of a taupey, light brown color. I just swirl it around on my brush and just kind of wiggle it in my crease, not being precise about where I put it. And this doesn't have much color, so all it's going to do for right now is just blend out the line from where we put the color tattoo. So it's more of a seamless thing than, well, that's just where she put the color tattoo kind of deal. Now, the same thing I always use, my Jordana Brow Powder Duo in light, and I just use this light color here. It's the perfect, like, for me anyway, it's the perfect kind of transition. Don't really want to have a lot of powder or eyeshadow in your crease. NYC Color Wheel Mosaic Base Powder in 724A All Over Bronze Glow. It just looks like that. It has a nice range. Tap it off. Blush, I'm actually going to take a little angled brush and use Heather Silk by Wet n Wild. This is supposed to be a dupe for Dolly Mix or something like that for MAC. It's really pigmented, and I just tap my brush into it. You don't want too much of this so you can really look like a clown. And tap it off on the back of my hand. Just make sure I don't get too much. And then I smile. And now to highlight, you're going to think this is, I've shown this before, and I don't care. I love this highlight. I think it's gorgeous. It works for me. It's not, for me, as long as I do it lightly, it's not overly sparkly. So this is a Wet n Wild eyeshadow trio, and it's Walking on Eggshells 380B. And it has just sparkly shades. I just take a regular foundation brush and I'm tapping it into the kind of more pinky shade. And just lightly tapping it on my cheekbones. Now I'm going to take my stippling brush again and just blend that in. And see how it gives it just enough. Get the little baby hairs out of the way. See how it gives it just enough kind of shine. Now we're going to go to my eyebrows that are very sparse. So for the color I'm taking this light brown, dark brown. Tapping it off. First I'm going to comb them. Just so they're a little bit more tamed. And so this is Rimmel Scandaleyes and 005 Nude. I'm going to take my eyelash curler. But I have naturally I have pretty straight eyelashes. So I have to curl them a couple times before I even put mascara on. I think eyelashes take me like literally the longest. Now for mascara, I'm going to be using 3. I'm going to be using Jordana Best Lash Extreme, CoverGirl Clump Crusher, and then Maybelline Lots of Lashes. Okay, so I finished putting mascara on my bottom lashes. The tops are still drying. So while those are drying, we're going to move on to lips. Now because everything else is so simple, I'm going to do a red lip. Now, another red lip pencil. Now this one, it is one of those like ones you get in the holiday packs from like Walmart or something. This is so old, but I love it because again, it's a blue base red, but this one is waxy and it's just like this. It's a little bit brighter than the last one. Like, this is what we lined with, and this is the one we're going to fill in with. But like I said, it's waxy, so it stays. So let's go ahead and fill that in. Can you hear that bird chirping? I don't know if you can hear it, but I can hear it. Just like that. Now, I'm also going to highlight my Cupid's bow. I always do this after I do my lips. I don't know why, I just have. So I'm going to take the same highlighter we used on the face and just take a little bit on my finger. And just put it right there. And blend it out with my finger. Put what's left on my finger on my nose and on my forehead. Okay. Now, because red is not forgiving, like if you make a mistake, I'm just going to take my Rimmel Scandaleyes and just go kind of around the edge, but not really. Just in case like there's any like mistakes. Just like that. Now, see, they're dry. They are. Okay, so I'm just going to go back in with my eyelash curler and just curl them again. And very lightly just take the eyelash curler off. Now, they are completely dry, but because you have mascara on already, like they are going to stick to it. You just have to be extra careful taking it off. I think I do this about at least 2 to 3 times per eye. Not too much going on. But at the same time, it's still... Sorry, that was my phone. That was my eBay. But it's still festive enough that if you... Because it is the holiday season, you could totally wear this for Christmas or, you know, Christmas parties. So this is the final look. Like I said, it's very simple. Not too much going on. Pretty much the focus of this is on your lips, and I'm not even, hope I was in frame that whole time. But like I was saying, the main focus is on your lips. So hope you like, and I'll insert pictures and stuff at the end so you can see it more up close.